watching this program from Nigeria, and also all those that are in diaspora. I'm Christian Chiku on this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. I have my wonderful reviewers here this morning. Mr. Matthew is here, Mr. Raphael, Mr. Kunle, Mr. David, Mr. Samuel. They're all here to do justice in newspaper headlines this morning. What a wet morning in the city of Lagos, Ogba, Ikeja to be precise. Let's move over to the newspaper headlines this morning. I have with me the Vanguard newspaper, and I also do have the Daily Sun newspaper. Beside the masthead of the Daily Sun, Rivers Ijo groups reject PIB, one of dire consequences. Rivers Ijo groups reject PIB, one of dire consequences. Ogoni give federal government 14 days ultimatum on East-West Road. Ogoni gives federal government 14 days ultimatum on East-West Road. The main headline on the Daily Sun newspaper this morning, 2023, Zulum Northern Governors back Southeast Middle Belt for presidency. Zulum Northern Group back Southeast Middle Belt for presidency. PDP lawmakers support Southern governors on zoning, open grazing, PIB others. PDP lawmakers support Southern governors on zoning, open grazing, PIB others. National Assembly approves fresh 2.343 trillion naira. National Assembly approves fresh 2.343 trillion naira loan for Buhari. Raises supplementary budget by 87 billion naira. Lagos deploys technology device to ease gridlock, check traffic violation. Lagos deploys technology device to check traffic violation and ease gridlock. Ugwuanyi shows commitment to PDP, Pali's party BOT members. Ugwuanyi shows commitments to PDP, Pali's with party board of trustee members. Call Umar open up on Kanu. Call Umar opens up on Kanu. Urges federal government to pay less attention to IPOB leader. Deal with bandits, Boko Haram. Urges federal government to pay less attention to IPOB leader. Deal with bandits and Boko Haram. He was legally rearrested. That is from Malami. He was legally rearrested. That is from Malami. Igboho youths protest against DSS in Ibadan. On the issue of Igboho, youth protest against DSS in Ibadan. Ghanaian speaker promises to end rift with Nigerian traders. Ghanaian speaker promises to end rift with Nigerian traders. Let's move over the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Above the masthead of the Vanguard newspaper, 2023, zoning presidency to South, not a must. Zoning presidency to South, not a must. That is from Governor Zulum. Explains why open grazing ban won't work. Explains why open grazing ban won't work. Sunday Igboho protests rock Ibadan over DSS raid. Protest rock Ibadan over DSS raid. Buhari exhibits poor skills in managing diversity. Buhari exhibits poor skills in managing diversity. That is from Colonel Umar. The main headline on the Vanguard news this morning: Budget 2022, federal government to fund 5.62 trillion naira deficit with loans. Federal government to fund 5.62 trillion naira deficit with loans as Federal Executive Council OK's 2022-2024 medium-term expenditure framework. MTF and fiscal strategy paper. FSP OK's 16 billion naira erosion control contracts under ecological fund. Provides key budget assumptions. Senate approves Buhari's 2.343 trillion external borrowing request. Senate approves Buhari's 2.343 trillion naira external borrowing request. NYSC court clears ex-finance minister Adiosun. NYSC court clears ex-finance minister Adiosun. Grazing routes. Buhari's directive empty order, says ex-NBA president Daudu. On grazing routes, Buhari's directive an empty order by ex-NBA president Daudu. Tough times await airlines over flight delays, cancellation. Tough times await airlines over flight delays and cancellations. Kidnappers of Tegina pupils reduce ransom to 50 million naira 6 weeks after. Kidnappers of Tegina pupils reduce ransom to 50 million naira 6 weeks after. PDP lawmakers back Southern governors reject bill to manipulate electoral bill. PDP lawmakers back Southern governors reject bid to manipulate electoral bill. That's it for today. Let's move over to our reviewers this morning. I have Mr. Kunle with me. Good morning, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah, good morning. And thank God for the wet day, man, at least.
Adiosun has been cleared by the court over the NYSC certificate forgery scandal. What do you have to say about
But
that issue.
it's coming too late, right? To be cleared. I think it should have, when the tension was on. Then that's, it should have just try and defend ourselves and clear the whole garbage from our, from our CV, man. So it's more or less, it's getting too late. Yeah, but at the same time, it's better to be late than never. So what is there is the problem Adeosun was having then originated from, our state, which is Ogun State. I think she had an issue with one of the governors then. That's the ex-governor then, Mr. Amosu, right? So that thing, I don't know what they were, because that was the guy that brought him to Nigeria to come and serve under him as economic affairs commissioner in Ogun State. But suddenly everything went apart between two of them. So I think it's just it's a conflict between two entities that roll into like the crisis of disgracing themselves, exposing themselves in the front. But thank God if they can settle that amicably, and if the court has cleared her, let Nigeria forgive her likewise, right?
Are you going to blame the federal government or Adeosun for presenting a false NYC certificate?
Normally the NYC, right? It's not really mandatory for the diaspora Nigerians, but they do that because of the future political appointment like this. If she's a UK citizen and she's school in UK, right? And majority of them don't even bother to come because they look at either what stake do they have in Nigeria when they come back, because they are British citizen already. So his own is just a case of misfortune that when the whole saga happened, I think the whole thing around it is been the political stunts, man. They pulled among themselves. And as I told you, the masters that brought her in at the initial stage to Nigeria to come and serve him as a commissioner is the same person,
That's the same person that...
It's the same person that brought up this just to nail her that we know how we manage you. We know how we, it's like there must be somebody that is behind that scandal, that's NYC forgery for her. Adeosun cannot just fly in from UK and say she wants to forge certificates in Nigeria here. There must be third party, or the godfather behind that will say, okay, this thing we can get it done for you, and we just need you to serve under our government. So you see, the more you look, the less you see in this case, right? Really.
Okay, the federal government has been given 7 days to denounce Igboho being declared wanted by the Yoruba Nation agitators.
And it's necessary. It's necessary. I will even support that. That 7 days is even too much. 5 days ultimatum or 3 days ultimatum will have been better, because it's just that they just override the guy. They override is an insult, and it's an insult to the Yoruba Nation from the so-called power mongers, from the so-called tyranny government we have in power now. So the issue there is you went to somebody's house like an armed robber. I don't think those guys are DSS. I would label them as armed robbers, assassins. No search warrant, nothing. You went to. Is that how sting operation is being carried out all over the world? Answer me. Why is Nigeria always different in everything? We behaving primitively as if we are not part of the modern world. So to me, they should fish out those guys that carried out that, and the soul of those guys they kill. We always hunt them, and I keep saying it. If it does not hurt their children and it will hunt their children, and they will not go scot-free on that. Because you can't just kill innocent, burst into somebody's house and kill innocent soul and think you will go scot-free. The soul of those guys, the blood, the innocent blood they wasted in that house, we always hunt them. Even hunt them, Mr. President. The person that sent them, it will always hunt them. They don't think you are in power today, tomorrow you may not be in power. Your power may cease. Your power is ceasing in 2 years' time. And you are doing all this rubbish. You forget that after power, you become an ordinary citizen back. And you have no immunity any longer. You can be picked up to answer the case. You commit atrocity you've committed. So I don't think all these leaders they get too power drunk and they start misbehaving. Let's wait and see. In 2 years is there.
The government releasing, restating that statement that some people will not be watching. Do you see the government?
They won't. You see, the government always wants to always show superiority, reckless superiority over that the power. They have the power, right? And they can do and undo with the power. They may not be able to do that, but let the lawyers rise up now and shame the devils. Shame this devil that call themselves DSS. Shame this devil that call themselves the Attorney General, so that we can know where we are. This is a country that is being governed by law, and the law is applicable to security officers likewise. You can't just come into my house 1 a.m. and start, shooting periodically and, killing people, mining people. Do you think that is right in this modern day we have? You are not different from assassin. The way I say it, you are not different. So they should get those killers, DSS out, and let them face the prosecution. You could see what happened to George Floyd killer, that police guy. Calvin. Yeah. Okay.
Federal government to fund 5.62 naira deficit with loans.
Say the financial institution, the global financial institution should stop giving, should close their door against Nigerian government coming over to borrowed loan. Anytime they come, decline them, because all this loan, we've not seen the results. All this loan, it will still ended up back in all these politicians' pockets. Failed projects, misappropriation, embezzlement. So the loan we have been collecting, does any loan impact your life? All the loans that they have been collected, has it impacted your life? No loan has impacted my life as a citizen. So I don't know what the loan is for. They said they are doing rail all over. The rail itself, the cost of boarding a railway from Lagos to Ibadan is even more costlier than entering a bus from Lagos to Ibadan. You can get a bus from Lagos to Ibadan for 2,000 naira, and the cheapest ticket you can get in a rail line that they just built is like 5,000. So who is fooling who? You want to build rail to cushion the effect of the transportation hardship the people are facing in this country, and you now put up the rail. That means you will be squeezing us to pay for the loan. The loan that has gone to different pockets. Nobody can tell me in this country that if they get a loan from any international financial institution, that there is no kickback for them, or there's no, they don't imbibe in taking bribe from the donors. We all know, even if you borrow Nigeria now, if they borrow the loan, if they get money from the international financial institution, now what they do is, if they want to seek for debt relief, you are in front, fronting that debt relief issues. When you get that debt relief, they will ask you to pay certain amounts, and that certain amount you paid, there must be exchange of, say, for even recouping this money back for us. Percentage, yeah, definitely. Now, what do you think Nigeria will involve? Nigerian politicians will involve in anything without collecting kickback percentage? Oh, you forgotten Alibotin case under Mr. President. They said it was even under Abacha. Spill over to what's it called, Obasanjo regime. So we should have an archive where we'll be storing all this shit that's been happening in this country. If not, one day we just see that we are consumed. We are economic consumption. The whole country, because you just wake up that it's free for all economy. They won't even know the direction they want to put our economy any longer. So it will now be free for all, and that free for all economy happened under IBB. It's not going to be the first time, because you remember under IBB they try SAP, they try austerity measure, they try everything. When it did not work, IBB freed the economy. Anything you know how to do, keep doing it. If you are a 19 boy, keep doing it. If you are a fraudster, do it. If you are all sort of things. You could witness now. I don't know whether you were around. So that's the problem we've been having up till now, and that problem generated to the current, state we have now. All the money, oil windfall we had then, we never know. Nobody explained how they spend the money. Nobody explained. Billions of dollars when the naira was so strong then. Billions of dollars, nobody know. And the country is a fake, man. Let me just tell you, the way we are now, the country itself is a fake, and they are turning us to fake human beings in this country because we are not living real life. We are living fake life around as we are now. So the solution to me, as it is there's no harm in sitting down and judge and look how we can go our separate way. Number one, we emphasize on there's no foundation for this country. Constitution we have is a forged constitution. It's a fluke constitution. It's a scam, constitution. So we don't have constitution. Any constitution they told you they have here is a fake constitution. Clifford constitution. Then the one they already packed, they already themselves to packed up in 1999 when the military want to hand over. Say they said we the people agreed to. When did they consult? Did they consult you? Did they consult me? Did they consult anybody? Was there any referendum? Was there any consultation all around? They just so the country, a building you build on a faulty foundation can never stand. It will collapse, and that is what is going on now. The country doesn't have a foundation, and it can easily collapse anytime. We just have the caretaker that they are passing. They are passing it. It's just that you got a bricklayer to be passing crack wall for you. That's how the whole situation is, and everybody is happy. The politicians are happy because they know that we don't have constitution that can, liberate this country. So they are hiding under the forged constitution to loot this country, to mime the citizen, to oppress the citizen, and to suffer the citizen, in which I believe power belongs to God. One day they will leave this power and they will face the consequence of the atrocities they've been doing.
Thank you very much,
yeah,
Mr. Akule. I have Mr. David with me here this morning. Mr. David, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Christian Chukwu.
How are you?
It's a wet morning.
Somebody has spoken this morning and he says that Buhari does not know how to manage diversity.
Cornel Umar.
Yes.
Cornel Umar.
So, what will you make of that statement?
The answer is not far-fetched, just like what the man said, and true. And the president, when in 2015, when he came on board, he has been advocating for economic diversification, and which has always been his main campaign promises. Ever since he came on board, he lost track. He has been shouting, let us diversify from oil to agriculture. Now, president, you are not the president. Diversify the economy now. It only take him 6 years. The president does not even know the meaning of economic diversification.
His economic team, don't they know the meaning of?
If is it not the president that was sent to it? What if these people give him a proper solution? Okay, now, Mr. President, oil is no longer selling at the global market, and the oil rates, it has dropped globally. So now let us look inward and see what we can do. See, you cannot diversify the economy when your border is being locked. When the president shut down the border, is that the president? The economy. You look inward. Now, how do we make money aside from oil alone? Now, people pay tax. Now, people bring in goods. Now you've at that expense you shut down people that want to bring in goods into the country. Are you getting me? And you place embargo on some certain goods, and now you are saying you want to make money. How do you want to make money? That is why you see every Nigerian now is now paying tax, value added tax, indirect tax you are paying. Now on this USSD transaction you pay tax because government want to squeeze money from every Nigerians rather than looking inward. You can see now, I think the president, to me, does not understand what economy entails. He does not understand what
even,
is.
even if he doesn't understand, his advisors, his ministers,
Uh,
they should understand better.
they should understand
But like
better.
you said, that he doesn't
He
consider.
doesn't listen. He doesn't consent to people's advice. Don't you know, Mr. President? He's so just adamant. Tell him, okay, Mr. President, let us take this route. He will tell you no. Let's take this old 1920, this 1980, 60, no, 1980 way of doing things. The president is too primitive in nature. That is it. So you might want to tell him, okay, now, Mr. President, this is modern trend of doing. Modern trend of doing things. Let us do something in a very different way. We tell you no. That is why you see Nigeria keep on going down every day because of his anti-economic policy that is killing Nigerians. Because I think, see, there's nowhere in the world that food is what self-sufficient. Every country needs every country at every given time need
We
what?
can depend on others.
Exactly, we can depend on others to grow our economy, but the president said no. You can see, and it's really killing us. Now, as at then, yo-yo bitters is always shifting from Ghana, and they are making sales, and government on their own end get tax from them. But they stop that. Borders has been shut. So now you can see this is border closure policy. It has even brought in inflation.
Okay, let's look at budget, 2022 budget. FG to fund 5.62 trillion naira deficit with loans.
Mr. Akizajuku, I laugh. You know what now?
I say I'm going to borrow most monies of our budget. I'm going to borrow from outside.
It is not everything we are borrowing from every financial institution to pay salaries. Recurrent. We keep on recurrent expenditure. Every loan Nigerian take from every financial institution, we keep on using them to pay salaries, to fund road projects. Now, check now in this budget 2023, second Niger bridge is also included. Lagos Ibadan expressway is also included. Must we continue with this trend? We keep on borrowing. When the federal government wants to borrow, second Niger bridge must also be included. And now, mind you, last month the federal government pushed IMF seeking for loan. Now, in that same loan, second Niger bridge project was also included. Lagos Ibadan expressway was also included. Must we continue with all this? You can see where the government are not being sincere with the people. And then see Ahmed Lawal, the rubber stamp Senate, had not come out to even do their own oversight function. So know why his government even taking loan on behalf of this infrastructure. Send your delegates. Why is government every loan the government want to take or seek? You keep on measuring second Niger bridge, Lagos Ibadan expressway. See, you as the legislative arm of government, why don't you do oversight function? Send your delegate to them and know why do they still need more loan, or the executive arm are just embezzling the money? You will not do that. Every loan the president want to seek, he just assent to it, bam. Just assent to him, bam. Because at the end of the day, court, he will have his own court. Yes. Ahmed Lawal said everything. He said that publicly.
Ahmed Lawal.
Yeah.
You have his own court.
Yes, he will have his own court now. Now you think this law now that the federal government wants to get now? Do you think the Senate president will not get his own share? It's impossible. Most of them have met behind closed doors. The president, this is my court, this is your court. Because if not so, a right-thinking person would not have, in the first place, approved this loan. About last month or last 2 months, how much we get? About 20, about how much? About like 2 trillion loan. Now, this month again, now loan. We keep on getting loan. Now, you know what the policy of the IMF is that, see, when you get loan, they would always devalue your currency. That is why Nigerian currency is just, it does not hold again. It's just useless. Hold, just have one click, just have 1,000 naira now before you buy the check of what other naira. It is gone. Must we continue in this such trend? The only way forward is what? Let there be what? Referendum, and let us go our different ways, because we cannot continue. Now, some persons are borrowing on the expense of what everybody. The minute are borrowing at the expense of Nigerians. Now, this new loan now, how would the loan impact my life? How would you impact your life? There are no good roads. There are no good medical center. You cannot access good healthcare system. You as a citizen, is that light in your house? No. Is that job? No. So what are we not saying? Every day we keep saying low, and the president is what always getting low. Must you always go down with this? Let the Senate president come to his senses. What is the usefulness of you getting low? And now I want to state here, let the what international monetary organization always decline them. Let them always decline them, because now this thing now is at the expense of us, of Nigerians. We keep on getting loan now. Sorry, if you should convert the loan now, that means now every Nigerian now is owing close to like how much do you call it that time?
What 200,000?
Now that means now I'm now owing 200,000 at the expense of federal government's loan. Manubs are not chopping side. I don't see the money for high road. I don't see motor. I know that everything I do them with my hard-earned money. I have not benefited anything from government. So now I'm now owing 200k because of Buhari and his co armed robbers got a loan from the World Bank. Mr. Christian Chukwu, I believe on this note, let us conduct a referendum, and let us go our different ways. That is the only best way, because we cannot continue every day low. What is he using the low for? Nothing. 6 years now.
Okay.
Thank you for having
me. Thank you very much. I have Mr. Samuel.
Samuel, I'm not saying that. I will cover this time for your voice. I will cover this time.
Just 2 minutes.
I will cover this time. This man.
Okay.
This man, my boss. His name is Mazi.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Mazi Chigozie.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning, esteemed viewers. Yes, I'm very much passionate about children. I may want to appeal to the governor of Kaduna State in person of Nasir El-Rufai to ensure the prompt release and self-release of these adopted children with immediate effect, because he is under, of course, moral and legal obligation to ensure that. So these children could no longer be subjected into such of course, psychological and physiological torture. And you still expect them, when they grew up, you want them to imbibe the culture or the belief of one Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate. Most of the children that are on the streets, who should be within the within the classroom, you do still expect them to believe in one Nigeria. So you are causing more destruction for this country. Because such children, when they grow up, having been subjected to such a psychological and emotional and mental torture, will never believe anything. One Nigeria. People whose mothers were killed, and they become orphans overnight without any provision by even the states, should not believe in one Nigeria. So you are calling for a monumental disaster. Even those at the north who are becoming, of course, IDPs who are molested, raped, and all that, you still expect them to believe in one Nigeria. These are the future of the African race, and I am appealing to the people in the authority to ensure that children's not part of this mess because it is not their fault.
They're asking for 50 million naira. Are you saying the government should pay? He said he's not going to pay bandits. No, he's not going to pay money to kidnappers. Are you saying
It's
that the
unfortunate.
government should pay 50 million to these kidnappers?
50 million is nothing because why I said that they are the one that created the monster. They are the one that created when Nasiri, if Nasiri had been adopted or kidnapped during his early years, he wouldn't have the opportunity to become the governor of Kaduna State. Likewise, the supposed president of Nigerian State. If he were a victim of kidnapping or adoption, he wouldn't have the opportunity, even when he committed the most heinous crime against the Nigerian state in 1983. He still received pardon. You see? Yes, he committed treason offense against the Nigerian state by overthrowing the Shagari government, constitutionally elected president of Nigeria. And Buhari is still going free without, of course, nobody is calling for his extradition or whatever, his prosecution. So if he was kidnapped or abducted during his early years, he wouldn't have the opportunity to have enjoyed all these juicy positions and privileges he had been enjoying within the Nigerian state. Unfortunately, when they have the opportunity to make life better, to make the world better, they destroyed all the system that they enjoyed. It's quite unfortunate.
Okay. The Yoruba Nation agitators have given the federal government 7 days to reverse the declaration of Igboho as wanted.
7 days is too much, and I don't consider that a news. Why? Because Igboho has not committed any crime. Self-determination is not a criminal crime. It is within his fundamental rights. So he's still acting within his fundamental rights of expression, and of course, the choice of association. So I don't see any reason. It's unfortunate that the government is not learning lesson. How could the government continue to embarrass itself or herself in the community of nations? It's unfortunate that we have such people. That's what I'm saying. Most of them enjoy free education. They were served with a cup of milk on daily basis. You see, even most of them were cajoled. They were begged to attend schools. And now they have destroyed the education system. They have made it almost impossible for an average Nigerian to train his or her wards or children. You see, they have not. Look at what was the budget, the recent budget to education, where you see most of the varsities lecturers are in, of course, on empty strike. Look at the walls of our classroom, primary schools. I visited one of them in recent time. I wept for Nigeria, even Lagos State. They suppose somebody made claim that yesterday that Lagos State was competing with Europe, is competing with Singapore. I said, what kind of useless assessment is that? In Lagos State, you can see the most dehumanizing and devastating environment. We have children gathered to school. You see, and the government is not paying attention to that. That is very unfortunate. They end up, of course, sending their wards and children abroad, overseas, where, of course, better system has been built by human beings. They refuse to do that, and they are ripping up the country at the expense of the entire masses. This is one of the reasons, of course, Sunday Igboho is agitating that things must be done right. The system, this is not how a system should be run. A nation should be, run or governed.
Okay. A colonel, Umar, he said Buhari has poor skills in managing diversity. What do you think of that assertion?
I think he's trying to manage the truth. Buhari lacks the skill. He has no competence. He has never had such, and it is not a surprise that he is failing the Nigerian state. It's unfortunate. That's why I said people of his life who have enjoyed so many privileges which they don't merit, which on the basis of merits they don't deserve. ended up truncating the entire system, making the Nigerian people, subjecting us into hardship, into more exhilarating and excruciating pain, where even the parents could no longer afford the basic training of their wards in primary school. You can see the level of people are, of course, we have more indigent children on the streets of Lagos, which is unfortunate. So he has no skill, he doesn't have it. So you can't give what you don't have. That is the fundamental truth. So whoever is saying that he's trying to manage the truth, he doesn't have it, and it becomes virtually impossible for him to give what he don't have.
Okay, on Sunday, Igboho's issue, Olubadan Ibadan was accused of receiving 50 million naira in aiding the arrest of Sunday Igboho. Let's look at that accusation. Is there any kind of truth there?
Well, if he was alleged, I may not be in the position to indict him, but from the recent events, of course, it has been a current decimal within, especially the south-western obas or monarchs. They troop to Abuja for exchange of Ghana must goes. So these are one of the things why, of course, I listened to somebody say, why must Igboho come up? So why people are scoring for safety? We have Nigerian citizens scoring for safety in the neighboring Benin Republic, which is an affront to the Nigerian sovereignty. The Nigeria could no longer protect the life and property of her own supposed citizens. So on this premise, Sunday Igboho is trying to right the wrong. And of course, most of those are not just the obas and the monarchs within the southwest. Even some applies to the edges in, of course, the southeastern region. They have been betraying the cause of justice, the cause of this emancipation of their own people, just for an exchange of inducement, which, of course, I thank God that most of the obas and monarchs are becoming victims of this same.
You thank God?
Yes, I thank God. I celebrate that, because let them continue to take money from the federal government. By that, they are engaging themselves. They are, selling out their life and destiny, not just the life of the masses under their watch. And because when they are done with the masses, they will just pick them up, and of course the Afonja history might, of course, repeat if we fail to learn from the previous history.
Any final thoughts?
Yes, my final thought is that no child should be subjected to any cruelty or any emotional, psychological or physiological torture, because on the basis that they find themselves within the contraction called Nigeria, I call for international communities to expedite the speedy release and prompt release and safe release of these adopted children, who, of course, never deserve such level of cruelty, on the basis that they belong or find themselves within the geographical expression called Nigeria. It is highly condemnable, and I stand with these children wherever they may find themselves. The government should do whatever needful to ensure the release of these children.
So thank you very much, Mr. Chigo.
Only then will I have peace.
Okay, thank you very much. I have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Okay, let's look at Adioshun's case. She says she has been vindicated over the NYSC forgery certificate saga. What will you say about that issue?
It depends on the perspective from which you are seeing it.
Okay, from the perspective of the fact that the federal government was persecuting her.
Because if you look at the judgment of the court only dwelled on the position of the law when it comes to holding political office. The court has said that it is not mandatory that you possess NYSC certificate before you hold a political office. So the court was silent on the issue of forgery. It's a different thing to determine whether the NYSC discharge certificate was forged or not. That is a different ballgame. But for me, I felt it was not sufficient. The allegation against her was not sufficient for her to have left office. It was not sufficient for her the pressure they put on.
Certificates for an official.
No, what I'm saying in essence is, it's a different thing to say the certificate was forged. It's a different thing to say whether you don't even have NYC discharge certificate at all, whether you are qualified to hold political office. From what the court have made us understand, the NYC discharge certificate is inconsequential. With or without it, you can hold a political office. That's what the court have made us understand. But again, I'm looking at the justification behind the pressure that was on her to resign. Because actually, she didn't just resign, there was pressure from some quarters. So I feel some persons wanted to score some political goal by digging out whether she forged her discharge. It's not even discharge, exemption letter, exemption certificate, whether she forged it or not. But whichever is the case, I think the court have made us understand that you don't even need NYC certificate to hold political office. So it's a different ballgame whether the court want to decide, whether they want to examine whether it was actually a forged certificate or not. That's a different thing entirely.
Okay, Sunday Igboho supporters have given federal government 7 days ultimatum to reverse the declaration of Sunday Igboho as wanted.
I've never been a support of the way and manner DSS invaded Sunday Igboho's house. And because if you look at the statement accredited to DSS, that they killed 2 persons and they showcased some arms and ammunition they allegedly recovered from his house. And it is yet, DSS is yet to prove to Nigerians and to the world that actually those arms and ammunition were from Sunday Igboho's house.
It's not going to be in a court that will be proved.
In Nigeria, where the courts do not have that independence to deliver judgment, the way it stands, I see a government that is intimidating Sunday Igboho. I see a government that is using federal might against Sunday Igboho. Because what does Sunday Igboho stand for? Sunday Igboho was trying to bridge the gap that the federal government have left vacuum as a result of their negligence. Because we have seen a Sunday Igboho who have gone into some areas that federal government refused to police. We have seen a Sunday Igboho who have gone further to even bring succor to people in Ibarapa North local government area of Oyo State. And Sunday Igboho who was successful in ejecting the Sadiq of Iganga, who was raining terror in that environment. We have seen the Sunday Igboho who succeeded in evicting Wakili, who was accused of so many crimes. And federal government, before intervention of Sunday Igboho, have been reluctant in handling these issues. So I do not know the reason for which federal government have decided to use the sledgehammer on Sunday Igboho. Because all the allegations that have levied against him, personally, I do not believe the DSS.
Don't believe DSS.
I do not believe them, because they are the one alleging, and at the end of the day, they are still going to be the one that will be the arbiter. So where do you now have fair hearing? I think we should hear from Sunday Igboho and strike the balance.
Okay. Colonel Umar says that Buhari lacks the skill to manage diversity.
Okay, I think I read what the colonel said. He was telling the government that the much celebration of the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu is unnecessary. That in the north you have much challenge, much issues threatening the existence of the country, even more than the south, that you are celebrating the arrest of Sunday Igboho, arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, celebrating the invasion of Sunday Igboho's house. Because look at, as we speak today, if you look at Niger State, Kaduna State, Niger, Kaduna, and one other state. It's not Maiduguri. Niger, Kaduna, about 3 states put together. You have about 300 students in captivity as we speak. So what is the government doing to salvage the situation? What is the sin of these students? Their only sin is that because they are born into this part of the world called Nigeria. Does it not behoove on the government to protect life and property? So what excuse will the government give to those students? What sin have those students committed to be in captivity? So what is the problem? What is the issue militating against fights against insurgency, not insurgency mainly now, against banditry? What strength do bandits have that have defied the sovereignty of Nigeria, that Nigerian government cannot decimate them? The Kaduna State governor was quoted to have said that when they kidnapped some group of students, that they were planning to burn the bandits, even if it means killing some of the students. It was an option he considered right to pay ransom. But after the release of those students, what deterred the federal government and state governments to decimate them with air raid until they did these recent kidnappings? So for me, I think there's something fundamentally wrong with the approach of federal government in handling this banditry. Because if you are channeling all your energy against Nnamdi Kanu, all your energy against Sunday Igboho, and we have more existential threat in the northern part of the country, and the government is not doing enough to resolve it. Do you know how many millions of naira, if not running into billion, that individuals and government have so far used to pay ransom to secure release of students who have been who were kidnapped? So where are we going from here? Only recently, Kaduna State governor claimed to have withdrew 2 of his children from a public school because, according to him, security report says that the school is a prime target because he has his children in that school. So if he's withdrawing his children from the school, what is the hope of other parents, other students who are in the same school? And another thing is that Nigerian government, state governments in those areas, they are not proactive. Why do I say they are not proactive? It is already a known fact that the area of target of these bandits is where you have large gathering of people, especially boarding school. So why do they still keep people in boarding up till now? Why don't you ask people to take their children back home, and for now let them be attending school lectures from home? According to what the Kaduna State governor said, that his children are now getting lecture from home for now, depending on where the situation will improve. Why don't you extend it to other parents? Let them learn through e-learning. Let them learn through other medium through which you can educate the children for now. Because you cannot continue endangering the life of the children in that part of the country. For me, the negligence of the state governors in those states and federal government is what has brought us to where we are.
Okay, let's move on to budget. FG to fund 5.62 trillion naira deficit with loans. That means our budget next year, we are going to borrow.
This government has always been borrowing, and the borrowing trend is already a concern to every right-thinking member of the society. It is on record that this government came on board and met 12.12 trillion naira as debt. It's on record that as at the last count, 2020, this government have jacked it up to 29.92 trillion naira. So in a nutshell, this government have borrowed additional 20.8 trillion naira within that short space of time. So if you look at what is happening currently, if care is not taken, it will get to a point where to service our loan will become an issue. I think it is high time the government look inward and look at how you generate revenue internally and how you diversify the economy. Because the way it's going, you are not just borrowing for financial infrastructural development. You are actually borrowing for payment of salary and other expenses. So it's not healthy for economy. We have a mono economy. And look at the government of Nigeria. This 21st century, when people are thinking of how to diversify economy, when people are thinking of how to have a shift from crude, Nigeria government is still dedicating 30% of profit from NNPC for oil exploration in frontier basins. And if you look at that bill, I'm talking about the PIB, it is executive bill. And look at the speed of light with which the Senate and House of Rep is passing that bill. It tells you that there is something fundamentally wrong with all our democracy. It tells you that even the judiciary, the legislature, they are all tied to the apron of the executive. If you look at that bill, for me, there's no need dedicating such humongous amounts to oil exploration in frontier basins, because attention should be given more to renewable energy. Global attention is shifting away from fossil oil fuel. So if Oshibanjo recently launched a vehicle that is assembled in Nigeria that runs on solar, so I think by now our government should have been thinking of how to tap into this area trend of the world trend. If you look at Nigeria, for instance, Nigeria has deposit of uranium. Uranium is what they use in enriching the atomic bomb. I'm not saying we should go into atomic bomb manufacture, but look at economic benefit of using uranium. Iran, the whole world is fighting Iran, but Iran is saying that they are enriching uranium for economic benefits. UN are giving the mandate that they cannot enrich beyond 20%. With uranium, you can generate electricity. We have uranium, we have lead with which to coat it. So why are we not looking into that? Why are we not looking into other areas of solid mineral resources that we have that is so much in Nigeria? Why is all attention about oil? You have spent so much in oil exploration in the northeast, in so many parts of the north. You are not seeing. You are still proposing to dedicate 30% of profit from NNPC to start exploring oil in the frontier basins, and majorly, most of them are majorly in the north. In the south, I think you have only one of them in Ogun State. Almost every other frontier basin is in the north. So I don't think there's any prospect in that. And if care is not taken, the borrowing trend is going to continue, because there is no immediate intervention by Nigerian government to deepen internally generated revenue. What you do as a government is you open up your economy, you make it attractive for investors to come in. By the time investors come in, one, you create job, you absorb your teeming youths who are unemployed. Secondly, you grow your GDP. But we are not seeing that. Instead, what we are seeing is borrowing, as if borrowing is the only thing this government has come to do.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it. I have Mr. Lucky Edo.
Not be Lagos. Good morning, viewer. Good morning, my moderator, my chairman.
In Edo State, an assembly member. You know that story.
Leave all those people. They don't know what they are doing.
These are monies that are for projects. And look at the kind of project that is being carried out by our leaders.
You can see the will of God, hand of God, that make the people of Edo State squander the governors, not Adamoshimole, not Godfatherism. If it is Godfatherism, we would have discovered that fake project. But thank God today, because we use our hand, bring the governor, suit, and bring that governor. So the people have the mandate to monitor the project. So that's why you see that leakage. So thank God for that. We are going to continue more about that area and expose many fake, useless contract they are giving this National Assembly and even the governor, the local government. If other part can do the same thing round, it will be better.
How can we establish this in the federal level? Because monies are being borrowed, especially in Niger Bridge. You don't borrow money, Niger Bridge. Another one, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. How will the hand of God be applicable in this one also?
Yes, I think in other area, it's not easy. Mostly Lagos or Ogun State or that area or even the federal. I'll tell you why. You see, I'm not here to speak grammar. You know, analyzing every day. We have been analyzing. Let's go straight to the point. The point is that if all states can manage their resources, all this will be discovered. We'll be able to have people come out. There's no way someone will come from Abuja to go and do project in Benin. And you say want to fight that person. It's not going to be possible. But that lawmaker reside in that area. They will know his house. So a minister now, a Fashola, who is residing in Lagos, do you think they don't go and look for him? No. He can't once in a while. But that man is in Edo State. We'll be able to locate him. So what we know is that all I believe that let's go to federalism or restructure of the country Let states mandate their people. Look, even the state police, know the project they are doing. Not just one federal, a minister will come all the way from Abuja. For 1 month, 2 months, he has not been to Edo State. So I think this present government of Buhari is nonsense. You're nonsense because one, you cannot monitor lawmakers. That's why you see that the lawmakers they are approving every law, everything president asks for. They just approve it without even asking questions.
2.343 trillion has been approved by the Senate.
Let me tell you something. What do you expect? When you have a president, a Muslim, you have a Senate president.
Does this have to
a Muslim
with religion?
Yes, I'll tell you. You do with religion. When you have a speaker, a Muslim, what do you expect? What do you expect? At least some Christians still have fear of God.
Like Obasanjo.
God bless you. Obasanjo will tell you the truth, tell you why he did it, but Buhari cannot talk. A woman that cannot talk is a snake. He's a wicked person. He cannot even explain to the people, look, this money I'm pouring, look, I'm putting it, my brother. Since now, you are telling me this bridge, Niger bridge, till now, has not even concluded. Or even this, take for example, go to Badagry Road, ECOWAS Road. Have you been to that place? It's a death trap. All the money they have been borrowing, where is it? The Badagry Expressway, go and check. They have not finished it for how many years? This money, this trillion, is me and you. Me and you all of us are going to pay it. But this time around, we're supposed to get up and borrow all the money you are borrowing. Where is it? That's level of poverty. You know you can't buy yam now. Yam is a gold in Nigeria now. People cannot go to farm. Onions, pepper. Nobody's asking questions. We are still here lamenting. Nobody, let me tell you, if all Nigeria can come down, the youth, even the lawmaker, everybody protest that we need food, the whole world will support us. But nobody's talking. Everybody quiet. Nobody's talking. All they are doing now is 2023 election. I'm telling you the truth. All 2023 South we bring up presidency. The North say no. That let's forget about Zoni. The North knew that our people are hungry. By the time they bring out Atiku or bring anybody from North, by the time they share that money they are amassing the Niger Delta, we will succumb.
We will succumb.
Yes. I give you an example. A lawmaker from Imo State who want to pass a bill that when you gather, or 3 people, 4 people gather to protest, life imprisonment or 5 years in jail. A lawmaker in Imo State. How you imagine that? Is that what somebody to be thinking now? Is that what somebody to be thinking now? Or let that lawmaker pass a bill that will control food prices in Nigeria. People will support. Not passing a bill that when you gather, as I'm talking now, police will just come and say, why are you protesting? Why you know they will jail themselves, not me. So imagine that. Is that what we're supposed to be thinking now? Is that what Nigerians, we are hungry? Instead of you to look at this president who is how will I say it? Zero. When they say zero, you know what you call zero. You can't find anything. You can't find anything, nothing. You cannot even address insecurity. Are you aware? UN said yesterday 950 children they are inside bush. 900, yes, kidnapping. They are inside bush. 900. But our government cannot be able to find out. They only know where Igboho live. They only know where to go and bring Kano. And people are quiet, not talking. No protest. No protest. No protest. So now, this is where I'm protesting. I'm here. Okay, the last protest, how many people did they have in Ojota? During 2015, we have, in fact, protesters spent 2 weeks enjoying themselves. Because you know why? A Baba was taking care of them, sponsoring them. But the day the man came to government, protest stopped. Where is Bakare? Where is Odumaki? Where are they? All of them. Government have settled them. Today, we are dying in silence. I am doing my own protest here. This is my protest. But what I'm saying, how can a lawmaker in Imo State, a lawmaker, you look yourself, you look poverty around Imo State, you want to pass a bill that will stop protests. That is useless. So what do you expect, my brother? I am doing my own protest here, but I'm telling Nigeria should wake up. Now, 2023 is coming up. What they are saying now is 2023, PDP, Johnny APC, Johnny PDP. That is useless. Do you to wake up, please?
Somebody here said that you should get your PVC so that you can vote these people out.
My brother, thank you very much. If you come my house, I have PVC, but let me tell you something. I have PVC, but let me tell you. This election act, transmission of result, if they like, let them pass it. If they don't like, they don't pass it. But in the north, they don't can't vote there. They don't can't vote there. Now, our people in the south are busy talking that the next president should be their own. They are not, ask them, how many of them have come for register? Go to the north now, all of them. If you are registered before, they are still doing it. They register, but come to south, everybody is busy. Our youth are busy playing football. Our youth are busy doing Papa Jebu. Our youth are busy playing. Look at them. Nobody go out. How many of them have a register? Have a ledger bed? How many of them have now? Have gone to the local government to go and check the register. How many of us here? I have voters card. You have voters card. Go ask our brothers here whether they have voters card. But when you come for election on that day, they will start playing football on the field. They won't go to a vote. But the northern will get the majority. We have a big problem. We have big problem. Our youth should wake up. Please. Hunger. Let me give you. People don't longer go to farm. People don't longer go to farm. Go appraise yam. Go appraise onions. Go appraise food stop. But Buhari knows. Osibanjo is there. Nobody is passing B. A bill that will make sure control prices of food and water. Nothing. You are borrowing a borrow that we cannot pay for years. For years, billions. Nigeria Assembly will sign it because now then they there. Check out. If you have an Igbo man in center, you have Hausa man here, have Yoruba man, they will disagree to sign that bill. But when you have Yoruba man and Hausa man, they are together. When you come for election, they support themselves. But when you come for business, that's why you see Igbo man and Hausa now do business. But when you come for politics, Igbo don't know about politics. The South don't know about politics. The Yoruba and Hausa know about politics. They will do their mago there. They push you out. You have a problem. The youth should wake up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Loki. Wonderful, Mr. Loki. That's a great one from Mr. Samuel. Good morning.
Yes, Mr. Christian, good morning. How are you?
Fine.
Yes, viewers at home, good morning. And for all our viewers in the house, for your comment and your patronage, you're following our Fleet TV. Good morning.
Yeah, Buhari exhibits poor skills in managing diversity. That is from Colonel Umar. Do you have anything to say about that statement?
The colonel is from what part of the country?
I think he's from the north.
Even before Buhari came to power, the records were there. You can't give what you don't have.
But
so now,
Mr. Integrity, they call him.
Integrity don't put food on the table. Integrity don't stop war or agitation. Integrity does not know about foreign economics or macroeconomic analysis. My grandfather in the village and those in my hometown that are on the river catching fish, most of them have integrity and they did not even go to school. So does that mean we should make them the president of the country? Some of them, with their level of standard 6 or primary 6 certificate, when they tell you yes, is yes. When they say no, is no. They are straightforward. So should we make them president of the country or the governor of our states? The answer is no. So integrity does not make $1 to become $1. It's just like saying because Christian is a journalist or because he's handling bystander, Abi? Does that mean you know can't you speak English? You should lecture in the university and you should be taking PhD students in journalism. Will you take PhD students in journalism now?
There's a qualification for that.
The same thing is applicable to leadership of countries of the world. As when Buhari was the president, okay, Buhari is still the president. Trump was also a president, also in his 70s. Joe Biden in his 70s. But Trump was tweeting. He was reacting to other part of the world. He was communicating, he was talking. So in conceptualizing a president in their 70s, one, have something upstairs. I did not mention the name of anybody, or either one does not have. But the other one, it was evident he does not have something upstairs.
Do you have any?
So the statistics were there to show the one that had something upstairs and the one that does not have anything. That was more or less an illiterate. Or probably those who just went to primary school and knows how to read and write. Knowing how to read and write does not give you the room to lead a country as diverse with so many issues and complexity like Nigeria. So that is just about that. So the statement is just, I'm sure some of these guys who play ethnicity would have supported him overnight. Not because they do not know his capacity. More than 80% of those who supported this current administration, the presidency, never believed in him years back. But because of the primordial sentiment of ethnicity and religion, politics of what will I get, they might appoint me by supporting. So they don't have a choice, they have to fall in line with him. So it's not, if they have to pick the most intellectual people in Northwest, even in Kaduna State that the president is from, even in his local government, the president cannot be among those that will win a local government election. The most intellectual, the most educated, the most exposed. So it's a bad representation of the Kaduna people.
Of Katsina.
Of Katsina, whichever place he's from, I don't know. Okay. It's a bad representation.
Connect that to Kemi Adeosun's case.
Kemi Adeosun's case is in 3 phases, and I'll be very practical as much as I can. If for whoever wants to share the video to her, they can share it, and we'll be truthful to the end of time. Kemi Adeosun had 3 issues. The Kaba issue. She had bad foundational advisors. You don't need NYC to become a minister. You don't need NYC to become a president. All you need is a school cert. Even if you have F9 all, you win. You just go and...
You know you have F9.
And everything, you don't need to pass. The constitution says certificate. They did not specify the grade. It has been debated in the court of law. So, the truth still remains that Kemi Adeosun, the cabal wanted to force her out. So the cabal looked for a way to hook her. But in the first place, she was not even supposed to tender something that was forged. Let's assume she tendered that. Because she does not even need that to become a minister. What if she never attended a tertiary institution, she did diploma? Or she went for NCE and she did not serve in the NYC? So, all what she needed was just a certificate that she went to school. If possible, primary certificate.
Then why was she ousted out?
No, the cabal used that against her. And because of the body language of the presidency. My name is Samuel, anyway. I think maybe someone is misquoting, misquoting my name. So, because of the body action of the presidency was not in support of her. Like the case of Pantami, between Pantami as allegation and that of Kemi Adeosun, which is from the southwest, which one is more weightier that should warrant somebody to leave office? It is the other one. But because some cabal and some people stood and looked at Pantami and said, no, he was a boy when he was saying those statements, forgive him, leave him there. You can say there Buhari can win the next election. So that is the parochial sentiment, ethnicity, politics we always play. So that's just the truth about that.
Okay, looking at Senate approves Buhari's 0.34 trillion naira external borrowing debt.
No, we have figurehead now. There's nothing like saying they are not senating anything. We just get figurehead rubber stamp people there that will stamp They will approve anything Buhari brings now. What do they know?
Is there a justification for that?
There's no justification now. From the borrowing, they will have a way of eating from the system. Forget the black man is smarter in corruption than in any other thing that is logical. You don't understand? The black man is smarter in corruption than in any other thing. They will say China is the one coming to do the loan. They are not giving. They have a way of going around these things. Forget all those. They are just mere storylines. Somebody went there to negotiate who will bring the railway now.
Okay.
Do you understand? Somebody went there, so they would have added some things in the underground. So forget. So they should keep borrowing. Is the rubber stamp legislature?
Are you advising them to keep borrowing?
No, they should keep borrowing. Who advise who? A government that has one cabinet, and a question was pushed to the same cabinet members, and all of them gave different reply on the same question. It's not the first time. A question was pushed. The vice president answered another one. The minister of information answered another one. The minister of finance answered a different question. The same government, I mentioned how the same government is in APC center. The same government, the president controls the army. The same government had issue in Toge. The same governor under the same APC called the army. The same government gave contradictory reports. Oh, the governor said I don't have command on the army. The presidency, through one of the spokesmen, said it wasn't the presidency that contacted the army. So the army now came out and said it was the governor that contacted them to come in to kill in Lekki Toge. So you see a government at the state, a government at the center controlling one security apparatus, giving conflicting reports on the same. So you have see, not be until person tell us, oh, they practice madness for this country before we go know so they practice madness. What we should do is we should do an online platform where we like Premium Madness Nigeria. You click free of charge. If you for people who want to practice Premium Madness, we are operating on a higher level of madness. A minister that will control the portfolio of the country, control trillions of naira, does not need NYSC. Go and apply for one microfinance bank or a typical old Nigerian businessman. They will ask you for your primary school certificate, secondary school certificate, BSc certificate, NYSC certificate. Which year did you serve? Which experience do you have? What? So you now see a people that have that kind of system, and we have so-called legislature. They will see, because most of them are educated in paper, they are not educated in their head. They will patiently sit down and allow that as a yardstick of what will be a standard to be in office. So now the question is it logical that a minister or the president will present a school cert? Then you tell somebody that want to earn a work of 30,000 or 40,000 naira to bring BSc. Some of these bank microfinance don't pay more than 30,000, 40,000 naira, 50 maximum. Then you now see the criteria. You now see a system that was designed to frustrate, intimidate, and make the youth irrelevant and useless.
Okay, last we talk about the 7 days given to federal government to denounce Sunday Igboho as a wanted person
by
the Yoruba Nation agitators.
You see, the question is, when you have a double stand of people who do not know what they want, as at what time they want it, as at how they feel like getting what they want, what you'll be getting is, for every 1 step forward, you'll be getting 5 steps backward. Before I address that question, what have the elites, the political elites, come out to say in regards to the case of Sunday Igboho?
In the southwest?
Yes, in the southwest. What has the political class come out to say? If this was in Kaduna, Rufai or some other northern governors will come and say no, they want to kill their citizens that are fighting for legitimate rights. They've said it openly to Jonathan when he was fighting Boko Haram. Boko Haram was not even agitating for what Sunday Igboho is agitating. When you look at what they are fighting for and what Sunday Igboho is fighting for, Sunday Igboho The whole northern governors will have running land now to question the federal government. If this happened in the north, see, we will be factual till the end of time, not because of money. I mean, some of us don't have money, so I don't have money. I won't say the truth. It means I go die double death now. So, if this thing happened in the north, the other way around, I'm throwing it to an open debate for whoever wants to share the video. We can subject it to a national discourse. And that is why the truth still remains that since we have different ideology and different aspiration as a people, it is commonsensical that whoever wants those kind of leadership pattern, where Boko Haram will be curtailed and be given an MC, should divide the nation and get their leadership structure and follow it so that bandits can be used in a part of region as a negotiation to Pantami can be a governor in the north. So it's a sane argument. You know, I was reading through some of the comments and somebody was comparing China and Russia. So if you want a China pattern of administration, divide it and follow. Not the country be Iraq and Syria where they fight. Not the country be Somalia. You can pick your choice. So let's make the choice so broad that people can pick from. Don't streamline it to one Nigerianness, where we are different in ideology, we are different in thinking, we are different in our aspiration, we are different in norms, we are different in pursuit, we are different in every line, we are different in our pursuit of education, we are different in looking at one issues. So when somebody now wakes up and now compare you and Russia, follow the Russian pattern, follow the Boko Haram pattern. Let those who don't believe in those systems follow their way of life. Those who want to follow a US, a UK, a Canada, a stabilized economy, let everybody pinch their tent. Oh, Israel. So you see that's the problem. So when we have differences that is so obvious, so do we need to be one? So now, in addressing this question that you talked about Sunday Igboho, because the hypocrites in the south, we are saying it, we don't care. I'm from the south. The south as a whole have always had this hypocrite than any other part of the country. And that is the major problem we'll be having. If this thing happened in the north, the northern governors would have rallied around Sunday Igboho and challenged the federal government that why would they want to kill their citizens? If the north and the political class can tell Jonathan is sitting president that they want to kill their people for fighting Boko Haram. So Adibin their people was fighting a just cause. Then you now bring police to arrest them. My dear, by now this country would have been ungovernable for that president. No man born of a woman can try to the north. And I love the northerner for standing their cause, even in their intellectual stupidity, in their intellectual parochial interest or childish politics. I love them for always standing their ground, even if it is not logical to themselves.
Abysmal ignorance.
They display their level of intellectual dwarfism in public with pride. When you are saying stupid things, say it with pride, and I love them for that. So, for the hypocritical south, that they are keeping quiet to be on the good book, there is never a time they will ever be on the good book of people that don't see you as one. Go and ask Awolowo and Nnamdi Azikiwe. Go and ask Ojukwu. Go and ask Isaac Adakaboro. Ask Nsarowiwa. Ask Mko Abiola. These are guys that were piling with some of these people before independence and after independence. Go and ask Fajuyi. Don't let us go into history. Ojukwu was part of those who fought Isaac Adakaboro. I'm an historian. So go and ask them. When it gets to the time they will dump you, is irrespective of what you believe. So for the southern hypocrites who have seen that Nigeria, that Sunday Igboho to them is somebody that they should keep quiet, like the police should go after because of their protecting their political caliphate, which consciously or subconsciously we see explode. It is normal because there's a stage you can push people to. As soon as they get to that stage, they'll bounce back. Like I told someone, I said if Sunday Igboho and Nnamdi Kanu come to their realization, is it not the same country we have for over a decade? You are fighting Boko Haram. Maybe if they start adopting the Boko Haram way, now the government will start begging them, like the spokesperson of the army was begging the army. It's commonsensical. So when you see a people whose political, religious, traditional elite are hypocrites in not standing up and bear the consequence and saying the truth. So they are coming out to say the federal government, you think this government, they arrested cats. You know, Nigeria is a comedy theater of the world. They arrested cats for interrogation or for what? But they cannot go and arrest human being. They kidnap yesterday. They kidnap every day. The same GSS does not have intelligence. The same GSS cannot go to border. The same GSS cannot unravel. Then you now see one senator that don't know his left from his right in PDP, Imo State. He's saying that when there's a gathering of 3 people, they want to do law, and you see people who would have been paid to come and start pushing for what is not right, to come and start brainwashing people to make it look as if those things are making sense. See, the current law in Nigeria have accommodated anything. So what they should be doing is that they should push for the restructuring of most. The best in Nigeria have ever performed was really regional government. So we cannot continue in this madness called government. We are practicing the highest stupidity recorded in world political history. And we are going to say it, not because we are scared of anybody. We are saying the political system we are playing is the worst recorded in political history. So the truth is, while I'm running up, as long as deception, hypocrisy, double standard, the political deception in the South continues, they should hold on. What might happen, what will happen in the South will be worse than what is happening in Northeast. If the educated youth go and check, let me give you another statistics. The highest numbers of terrorist threats or terrorist activities carried out anywhere in the world have always been involved with graduates. When they come in, the susceptible rate of such terrorist activity is always higher than when those who are not really graduates steps into those pictures. So if the educated South want to push and they put them to the extreme of what is happening in Northeast, Somalia will be a developed nation and Nigeria will be used as a point of reference to. And Nigerians already are moving, the South in general are moving beyond just coming out to protest because they know the reaction of government by shooting. So they are moving technologically using every medium that when it will come into full display, Notice is joking. So for those who have one way or the other, some of us who are tired in the country, even if it's through scholarship, or we should come and sweep in one of these developed nations, I'm open because this country, you can't achieve much with this kind of system.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. I'm Mr. Sunday. Good morning, Mr. Sunday.
Good morning.
Yoruba Nation agitators give federal government 7 days to denounce Igboho, who is declared as wanted.
It's a good thing because our government are Hulam, all of them be Bobu Ali or Lalai Mohammed. All of them are the Hulam. The men Hulam where they torment us. The tormentor we get now, no be devil. Other way people they call Satan, call devil, call demon. The Hulam, the demon we get for this life now, na Nigeria government. May I beg UK, United Nations, wanna come to our rescue. Our government wait on to Hulam on our head. They want to kill everybody. We want to talk. If you want, okay. Oh, I know one verse say God will create me. I like him. But the angel will carry me come this country, come Nigeria. When we meet for heaven, we go settle them. Better country they there like America, Australia, even Ghana self. I go happy come carry me come Nigeria. See where?
Is it that bad?
This country, it don't bad. Nothing, not even work, not even repair. This country, it not even work again. It not even repair. It done the balloon. What do we need now, okay? Not be by force. I don't tell you to be one. Anybody who say Nigeria na one, na thunder go kill him. If you say Nigeria na one, na thunder go kill you. Because see, Southern governor they talk another thing, Northern governor they talk another thing, and they tell us say we be one. The enmity start from our leader because they are the one that made religion and tribalism to cause the issue we are fighting today. This issue, now the politicians, all those our governor, senator, the president, they cause tribalism. That's why you see how Igbo man hating Yoruba hating Igbo, Hausa hating Igbo hating Hausa because of what? Common tongue, tribalism. Our politician promote it. He go say if election time reach, they go say K one adanyamili no. They go to tell them for now. They say K one adanyamili. He go say I want adan Yoruba. Hey one Benny. na one thing una still dey deceive una sef. People wey dey say Nigeria na one, e no go better for them o, because this country they don divide am. Me I always say that if they want to divide Nigeria, as God don dey answer our prayer so, say Nigeria go divide. God don dey answer our prayer say Nigeria go divide. I no wan know how many wey they wan divide am. If they like make dem divide am 30 place, 20 place, e no concern me. You understand? But thank God, God don dey answer our prayer small. Nothing come in one day.
Okay, next year budget.
The budget wey I know na budget 2021. Wetin they don, you don see anything wey they achieve with budget?
Railway.
Which railway? This railway budget was in 2020 budget. 2021 budget wey the budget nothing. We never see anything. Since 2015 Buhari go budget 2016 budget, nothing go happen. You go budget 2017. Now because they no want us to ask them, they no want Nigeria to ask them say the budget don assign for 2021 where am. They want to use 2022 budget to deceive everybody so that they no go remember that. And we have those who come minister, senator, and what they know that to do best. They are decamping from one party to another. Run for here to this place, run for this place to this place. They there. They where the Nigeria they go, they see they look them. That's all of them. No get see. They know all their money now that they hide them outside Nigeria. All this America, Asia, Abi, Dubai, UK, any Nigerian politician where their money they on account, wanna no tell us, una be the enemy where they cause problem because they go to tip the money, they go to budget 5.62 trillion. What did the war is and do? The one with the budget in 2015 till now, what did they do? Nothing. Now killing of innocent people everywhere. Okay, may they share the money. They our money. We know they say we no get money, but every year they go to budget. They go budget for the refinery. No let Nigeria every year they go budget to repair refinery. Refinery no dey work. They go budget for road, no road. They go budget for light, we no get light. They go budget organ. Na so we go continue. And they tell me say we be one Pepsi. All the refinery wey we get for Nigeria, nothing dey work for here. And every year they budget for them, budget for them, nothing. And tomorrow they go wake up say Buhari and Nanko want to budget for 2022. What if they want to do for 2022 wey we never hear before? They promise what they promised in 2015. How many they achieve? After all, they use evil to hate other people, hate themselves. Buhari said very soon go borrow himself. You don't borrow the future of our children, borrow the life of everybody. Okay, now so that country they borrow. The thing when Nigeria get, go to south, the oil and mineral resources we have. No, America don't have it. But we have demon in office. We have demon in office. They are just looting our money, looting. After they will be saying another person looting. Why they want looting? If not before them, now that they loot everything. They don't loot everything we get finished. They go borrow the money, share and we did themselves. Work they no do. They don't know why they're there for there. More divide the country, more go find our own country, make we get our own constitution. Because this 1999 constitution don't spoil everything where we get for this country. The 1999 constitution make Buhari they do evil when they do against another particular tribe. This 1999 constitution now make all of them turn themselves to enemy of themselves. Because if they are not the enemy of themselves, if they pass for here, they go to fear. Why you go fear? People where you dey lead, you see the fear when they waka dey pass. Is it not UK president when the drive bicycle for the waka for road? He dey fear because he no have any evil against anybody. But you go to all those our president, senator, local government chairman, councillor, they go dey waka here now, they go dey fear because of what? Evil, all of them don't do. Their man, they judge them. Okay? Our final talk. Living on the Kanu. Lives on the Igboho. Okay? We have Iflani herdsmen, the blood-sucking demon of the north. The blood-sucking demon in the north. Boko Haram, bandit. Okay? All these cultures they see there for bush, where they don't know where they did. I weep for this country, but only way that our politicians and DSS know how to do now. They chasing and the Kanu. They chase, they kidnap. Say they kidnapping and the Kanu in Kenya. They kidnap them. All of them don't kidnap. They don't get banded. They kidnap our children. People when they kidnap 7 years, they kidnap 7 year children, put them for bush. Not be devil. And the government, El-Rufai, they laugh with them. And those people, soldiers don't know where they dey. That is why the same herdsmen kill one of them that day. Kill one of the army general in Kaduna. Now so, the evil whether they plant for that north, whether they plant against us, go fight all of them back. Even Buhari said go still fight them.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, sir?
My name is Mr. James.
Mr. James, good morning. Let's talk about Yoruba Nation agitators giving federal government 7 days ultimatum. Now Sunday Igboho as wanted.
That is a good news to hear about, because it tells us that the Yorubas are now standing up for what Igbos have been standing for. Because we have been clamoring for this a division in Nigeria for long, and it seems as if they're not in support of it. But now their eyes have been opened to see that the Hausas or the Fulanis are marginalizing all other tribes, because the Fulani people they have taken Nigeria as their home, as their base. But thank God for the Yoruba nation that they have come up today as a different nation. They are coming to say that enough is enough, that they want to go for their own separate way. That is a good plus for that. You see, it is a good thing for them to say, because the elders or our leaders, they have seen that what the man is fighting for is a just cause. Because you could see what is happening in the south and southeast, whereby the friends will come to our own land and be killing us, and no government is saying about it. It's a bad thing. It's a right thing for us to wake up and defend our land. I've already saying it, that God cannot come from heaven and defend us. It is we, the human being, that will stand and say enough is enough. That is when God will back you up. Until the day you stand and say, I am going to fight for this, God cannot fight for you. It is you, and God has said that the Yoruba people have come up and they are mature enough to say want to go. It's a good plus. And the borrowing aspect of it is that my major problem is that all the money I've been borrowing for how many years now, none has been using for anything. We don't have a good roads, we don't have a good hospital, we don't have a good, even look at the railway that they say that they're doing. Railway does not take a China 1 month to 8 years. The whole thing of Buhari is still not completed. It's a bad thing. It's not something we need to be saying here. Let everybody go on their separate way. That will bring a development to our lands. By the time everyone will manage their lands, they will bring a development. People will longer to come to the land. And you see, unemployment will be everywhere. By the time we have Biafra nation, our Igbo brothers will have a job to do. Investors will come to invest in our land. But here, people are afraid to invest in Nigeria because insecurity is everywhere. Nobody is safe now. Look at the bandits kidnapping people. The government are not going to look for them, but they're only looking for people that are fighting for a just cause. They're looking for Nnamdi Kanu, they're looking for Igboho, and they forget they left all the bandits, the Boko Haram, they're killing people everywhere. Look at the number of people that they kidnapped yesterday. And even the DSS that are looking for every way to get Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know see what's happening in that place. Those children that they're innocent children. And it's the same people that born them the same way that they were born. And they're the fruit of tomorrow. They said we are the future of tomorrow. But look at those children now, they're in the bush now. Rain will fall on them. The government have never made any effort to go out for those people. And what paid me most is they know those people that are doing it. Because somebody came on air, was defending bandits. He even snapped a picture with them, and the government should go and negotiate with them. Why would I arrest that person? Then you see, this country is an unfortunate that I'm in Nigeria. Okay. But from today, I've denounced it. I'm a Biafra man. I'm not in Nigeria any longer because this country they're not giving us a hope.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Our last man.
My brother. Yes.
Mr. Ram, good morning.
Good morning. Today is my birthday.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Everybody should wish me well.
Oh, yeah. You're wearing white now.
Yes. I won't be talking about Nigeria all the time. Today is my birthday. Hey you over there. Come on. Sonny, wish me happy birthday. Why should you people allow me? I talk all the time. How can I be talking without, telling the world how this stubborn man come to this life? That was the early 70s. We are the guys that graced this geographical part of West Africa. Immediately, Nigeria suppressed and killed and maimed Igbo man from 1967 to 1970. We are the guys that were born early 70s. Which means happy birthday, man. So, you viewers, I want to tell you guys that we are enjoying your viewership. It's because of you that we are here. So, thank you for viewing always. So,
what's your experience in Nigeria from when you were growing up?
Yeah,
democracy,
man, democracy in Nigeria, military regime, that was Gowon regime. From my primary one, I paid only 1 naira in those days. 1 naira. Then when I finished in 1981, primary 6, nothing. 81, 79, 81, 80, 79, 78, 77, 76, 75, no. Free school fees, free education, universal free primary education, UPE. And it's because my hand was getting to this place a bit. That was how I started primary 1. She understand? So then after that, from 82 and so on, we started paying school fees, 21 naira, 25 naira, 26 naira, 36 naira until I finished. 36 naira, that was the last school fees. So it was a good Nigeria then. Gowon regime was much better than what we are going through. Obasanjo regime then was much better than what we are seeing today. Shagari regime was much better than what we are seeing today. Until this thief, this moron, this man that sees a democratically elected government of the first executive president of Nigeria, President Shagari, this man stop it. He's an enemy of happiness. He's an enemy of joy. He's an enemy of peace. He's an enemy of the Igbos. He's an enemy of the Yorubas. He's a man that cannot manage diversity well. He cannot even manage his speeches, what comes out from his mouth. He cannot even manage articulation. He doesn't know how to. He's not an articulated man. He talks nonsense anytime you give him microphone to address the nation. Buhari will be talking nonsense. As I'm telling you now, before he can talk on the front page, from on set, they will have to manage this man, package him. They edit his speeches. It's not even the one talking. Oga, this man is less than zero. Buhari is better than is worse than zero.
That was then or now?
Now, from 1984, the eve of Christmas, what do you call it? December.
Okay.
Eve of January 1st, 1984. When they took over 31st January 1983. Buhari was a dunce. The right person ruling Nigeria then was Brigadier Tunde Idiabo. If not for that man, we would have suffered then. But let me shock you, many billionaires became beggar then. Buhari crippled Igbo man business. Buhari crippled Yoruba man's business. Buhari crippled mid-belts, big men there, importers. Igbo importers, they seized their importation licenses. He marketed people's goods at auction prices. This man is an enemy of humanity. This man is a beast. There's nothing good about Buhari. Buhari's second coming is to accomplish what he failed to achieve then. That is what he come for. And Obasanjo misunderstood Buhari. That's why Obasanjo just showcased to us a beast in human skin. That he is the one that will lead us to promised land. Obasanjo made a big mistake of his life. I'm surprised anytime he comes out to tell you that Buhari is a dunce, Buhari is not understanding anything, is that or that. Why is he saying that? Was he not the one who showcased him as the best person that can lead Nigeria to the promised land then in 2015? What is Obasanjo saying now? My brother, Buhari is a failure. Buhari is a failure in all ramifications. I'm telling you. I met his first regime. In his first regime, I was in secondary school then. man, a bright student, man, a brighter student. I was more than an average student in my school then. So I know everything Buhari did then. Buhari executed 3 Nigerian cocaine poachers. He killed them. They were from Igbo extraction, from Yoruba extraction. He didn't teach Yoruba lesson. He didn't teach Igbo man lesson. The other guy I think is from Delta. Bernard Ojulakwe or Abi Oguntade, Bernard somebody was the name. Then Bartholomew Owo, Igbo man from Osofia's family, Osofia's senior brother, was killed. An Oko Polytechnic student was killed by Buhari regime then. They tied this young man at the stake and chopped them. They said nothing good should come out from this country. They cursed the country under Buhari regime. Oga, I knew quite well, too lucid, what transpired in his first regime. My brother, Buhari is worse than zero. Buhari is the person that brought the bandits that are killing us. If you do your research, cool down and do your research well. He doesn't manage what comes out from here. Buhari said he was going to make Jonathan's regime unbearable. That's why he invited the Sahel countries to fight this man. Those people he invited has now transpired what? Into what we are seeing here today as bandits.
What's your gift? Lastly, what's your gift for Nigerians today on your birthday? I don't want you to talk too much today. Just
I can't talk too much today because it's my birthday. Well, my birthday gift package to Nigeria is: let us unite, Southern Nigerians. Yoruba brothers, let's unite. Christian brothers in the north that are Hausa, Kaduna Christians, everybody should reunite and pray seriously that Nnamdi Kanu will not go back to that DSS facility anymore for detention. If he comes to the court, comes 26th of this month. After that court session, let Nnamdi Kanu not go back there. Nnamdi Kanu should from there walk free. Nnamdi Kanu should there walk free on the street of Lagos, on the street of Uyo, on the street of Kaduna, everywhere. He's a free man because he's fighting for the right thing. He's fighting for the right cause. Gumi should be arrested. El-Rufai should be arrested. Malami should be arrested. Pantami is the one that is guilty of terrorism. Fulani men are the one that are guilty of terrorism, not Igbo man. Igbo man is not a terror. Igbo man is never a terrorist man. Why should Buhari regime proscribe Igbo man as a terrorist? The Igbo man doesn't represent terror. The Igbo man represents gigantic entrepreneurship. We are giants in entrepreneur business. That's what we are. We are good managers. We are not terrorists. Are you listening to me? Igboho is not a terrorist. Yoruba man doesn't portray anything terrorist at all. Yoruba man portray good administrative. I think you know them. I don't know the reason why you should go and kill everybody in Igboho house, accusing them of terror acts, treasonable felony. Why? Buhari, everything about him is left. That man is a leftist. If care is not taken, I will tag him a nihilist. N-I-H-I-L-I-S-T, nihilism is total rejection of everything that is good, even religion, social, education, everything. It started in Russia in the ancient time. I don't know why that guy just come and they burn him in this part of the world. They gave birth to a man that is 100% a dullard. Buhari is dull.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm moving to the end, towards the end of the bystanders this morning. Thank you for being with us, everyone that has been with us. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for everyone that has spoken and those that have participated on the live chat. I'm Christian Chiko on this one. A big thank you to the man behind the camera, Femi Davis. Bye for now. We are on Facebook, It47, and also on Instagram, Flip TV. You can also get there, and also you get more updates and commentaries on what is happening in the country. Bye for now. Till tomorrow, same time, same place, on the same platform. We see you tomorrow.